On the dividend news, we do have BlackRock, which hiked its dividend by 2%, marking 15 straight years of dividend growth. We also have Fastenal, which officially joined the Dividend Aristocrats. That marks its 25th straight year of dividend growth. And another one we do have is OKE, hiked its dividend by 3.7%. We also have ticker symbol ED, which is celebrating a remarkable milestone, which hiked its dividend for the 50th straight year. And the second to last one, we do have SLB, hiked its dividend by 10%. And the last one we do have is Royalty Pharma, hiked its dividend by 5%. What's up everybody, this is Antonio here to bring you episode 222 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday, it's time to go over the portfolio, what I bought, what I sold, what dividends came in, which options I actually had a roll, which ones I placed, which ones got exercised. Actually a couple of my covered calls did get exercised, so I'll be showing you that because I do have about $56,000 in cash available to trade. I'll be going over what my strategy is going forward. Definitely would love to know your feedback on the strategy, any improvements I could do. Definitely welcome any constructive feedback on that, because we want to make the most money for 2024. We're going to try to grow this portfolio much larger. But you guys already know, every single Sunday we come back, we have, well, these are my scripts I do have. We'll kick these off towards the end of the video. But this is our projected income. So this is what our portfolio is projected to make on a monthly average, $689.49 every single month. It's kind of our projection right now. I think by the end of the video this should be a lot lower, just because of the fact that some of my covered calls got exercised, but next week it should be a lot higher, and I'll be going over what I plan to do with that. But anyways, you'll see that annual dividends, guys, we already wrapped up 2023. We made $4,493.74. We're on our way to 2024 now. We're working on the first month of the year, which is January. We already collected some pretty good juicy dividends so far, so I can't complain on that. If we do look at the quarterly dividends, we're going to be working on Q1 of 2024, so that'll be coming up very soon. Maybe in a week or two is when I'll be releasing that video showing you guys what we made for that month. And then if we look at the options premium for the month of January, guys, we're doing really good right now. We're so far at $493.38 in premium we've collected so far. And then options return right now, that means that we're at 0.41%, which I'm very happy with that. Can't complain on that. If I do show you the options, we do have one more week left in this options portion. But we do have goals, guys. We already have 2024 goals that are going to stay, keep us focused, keep us disciplined for this year, and we're going to hopefully see the portfolio much larger by the end of the year, and I'm definitely excited to see that. But the first one is more related to my YouTube channel, so that is to reach 20,000 subscriber mark. So if you're new to the channel or a returning viewer that hasn't subscribed, consider subscribing with that bell notification. It's completely free. And then if you guys wouldn't mind, drop a big thumbs up on the video. If you guys are watching this, definitely appreciate it. It goes a long way, costs you nothing. And then guys, goal number 2 is to get about $425 per month selling, or I guess in dividends per month. So I know you guys probably already see that in my projections we're way above that, but I will be probably getting assigned some some of my cash I do have available, so that will decrease it, because right now I'm earning about a 5% return on my uninvested cash, which is mostly in the US Treasuries, which is kind of getting about a 5% return. So that is why I'm trying to be realistic here. I'm trying to get about 425. Last year we tried to aim to about 325. We hit it. We then aimed to about 375. So we'll see where we end up with that. The next one, which is reach $126,000 invested of my own money. We're on our way there. Right now we're at $119,801.84. So we're gonna continue, chip away at it. We'll eventually get to it. And then if we look at number 4, that is to dollar cost average $100 into the portfolio at a minimum. We're gonna continue doing this, guys. We're gonna stay focused, and we're gonna see that portfolio grow larger and larger. Goal number 5 is to drip an additional $25 into the portfolio every time a company is going ex-dividend date. So that means that I'll purchase $25 before a company is going ex-dividend date. That way we can collect a little bit of the extra crumbs and they drip back into the portfolio, and then the following quarter that little crumb starts compounding much faster. It's not a lot, but in the long term it does help. And you know, obviously if I do have a little bit more capital, I'll probably deposit more than $25. So we'll see where we're at during those months. And then goal number 6 is to try to get about $100 per month on average selling options. Right now we're surpassing it, but we don't know what's on the road for the next couple months. We'll see what happens with those. Goal number 7, guys, is to reach 1,000 shares of SHD. That is going to be one of my biggest goals that I'm going to try to achieve on this one. I want to get to over 1,000 shares of SHD, and I think we'll definitely make it happen this year. If I do show you guys here on the dividend payout, we do have 3 companies right now that we are expected dividends so far. So we have JP Morgan. So they'll be paying on the 31st of January, and then we have Starbucks and Microsoft. Will kick off the script later in the video, see if any of my other companies did announce dividends, so they'll actually show up here. And then guys, this is actually all I have for you here, so we can go ahead and start with the video. All right, so as you guys can see, the portfolio is at $229,075.66. We are up on the day change by $1,147.73, which is about a 0.50% in the green. 2-year change is showing $40,965.42, which is about a 21.78% return, which is very, very good. I'm not something that I wouldn't complain about. Pretty happy with that. If we do look at the positions on the gains, we're at 13.17%, which is about $20,103.06. As you'll see, our cost basis did go down. And then guys, cash balance, we're at $56,304.47 available to trade. So right now I'm going to actually be using this capital to try to make some more money, and that way we can reinvest it into the portfolio and you know, collect more income in the long term. But we do have, as you'll see here, we don't have any more covered calls. I had 2 covered calls on Apple, a covered call on SCHD, and a covered call on JP Morgan. They all got exercised. I let them. I didn't decide to roll them out, and then I did collect the gains and you know, the money there. So now I do have those $56,000 ready to trade. I could buy into the stocks, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing. So stick around on that. But we still have about 20 shares of Apple. If we look at JP Morgan, we still have 44 shares of JP Morgan. And then if we do look right here at SCHD, we did go down. We were in the 700s on SCHD. We're at $660. I mean, not 600. We're at 660 shares of SCHD. We're going to get to 1,000 shares on this one. That's going to be my main goal. I'm going to stay focused for this year. But SNSXX, which is a US Treasury money investor, which is earning us about a 5% return. We have about $49,000 invested in this. We're actually going to make this to $56,000. So we're going to have maybe $105,000 invested in this now, earning about a 5% return. That means that we're about to get like $5,000 in the year. That's of course if they do stay you know, the rates at 5%, unless the Fed decides to cut the interest rates. But for right now, we're going to be trying to take advantage of that rate for us. If I do show you guys here the performance, you'll see that it's at $27,431.04 in August 25th, 2022. So we've been going up in the green. The portfolio's been growing and growing. And then on the rate of return, that's at 13.68%. If we do look at the investment income, we're projected to make about $6,233.45 in the next 12 months. It did go down, and of course that is because some of my shares did get sold, but we're going to increase that, but averaging about a $519.45 per month in the next 12 months. February, we're projected to make about $293.58, March $822.15, and then April $442.63. If I do show you guys here the history, I do have it to start all the way from the 14th of January 2024 all the way to the 21st. If we do scroll to the very bottom, I'll show you guys here what we ended up doing. So on the 16th, I deposited $100 into the portfolio. I actually ended up, so I've been selling cash secured puts on Microsoft. I've been basically collecting that premium, keeping that, and earning a 5% return on my uninvested cash. So that's a very, very good situation to be there. And then we have here on the 16th, I do have I did a sell to open. So I sold a Microsoft cash secured put that expired on the 19th of January, which was a weekly with a strike price of $385. They paid me $333.34 from selling this cash secured put. Of course, I do have the collateral to cover this, but that collateral is invested in that US Treasury, earning us a 5% return. Plus this $133 a month, guys, that's a beautiful thing. And as you'll see here, that same day I ended up doing a buy to close, so I bought back the Microsoft cash secured put. I paid $85.66 to exit this position. So that means that I got to keep about $48 or so, $45 to $48 in premium. And that's just our money there. And then if we look that same day, I did a sell to open. So I sold another Microsoft cash secured put that expired on the 19th. So that was a weekly. Went up in strike price to $390, and they actually I actually collected $219.34 from this. This was closer to in the money, just because I do want to get assigned 100 shares of Microsoft. It is just a beast of a company, and I do want to get my positions back, but I'm going to be selling cash secured puts until I get assigned. I'm playing it closer to in the money. Let me know what you guys think. But what I do plan to do, guys, as you'll see here on the 16th, we got a cash dividend of SNSXX, which is that US Treasury money investor, earning us about a 5% return. We did collect a $101.68. Typically, I'm not sure why we only got paid this much. Typically, we get paid a lot more. So if you guys do know why we only got paid this much, let me know in the comment section. Definitely would love to know. I do not know. But what the plan is here, guys, I did, of course, got exercise on those covered calls. I have $56,000 in cash. I'm going to be buying $56,000 of SNSXX, which will immediately start us earning a 5% return passively at a very, very low risk. While we do that, I'm going to start selling some cash secured puts against Apple and SCHD, JP Morgan, and Microsoft. And, we're going to accumulate that premium until we get assigned those shares from those positions. And then we'll be happy in our portfolio because we still own those, and we're going to be collecting more and more income. If we don't get assigned, that premium is going to get used into actually buying more shares of these great companies, and we're going to accumulate more shares. If we do look here, guys, on the 17th, 16th, I did deposit another $100. Remember, we do have a goal to dollar cost average into the portfolio at $100 no matter what the market's doing. So that's what I did. On the 18th, I went ahead and bought $379.97 of Costco. I'm buying is about a 0.55 shares, almost half a share, a little bit over half a share of Costco. The reason is because they did pay out a special dividend, and that's kind of around how much we collected. So I went ahead and just dripped it for myself because I don't want to penalize it, even though it's trading fairly high out there. And then we look at the 18th, guys. We did actually buy 5 shares of SCHD, spending about $376.89. A lot of this was because that US Treasury paid us out in, equity, I guess, or not equity, but in dividends, cash dividends. And so I went ahead and bought some more of that on the 18th as well. We bought some Altria, buying about 4 shares, about a $40.24 strike price, and spending about $160.98, trying to average down on my Altria position there. But that's all I did this week, guys. Let's go ahead and see how much we collected in dividends. Completely passive, had to do absolutely nothing. And let's go ahead and click this calculate dividends. And as you'll see, guys, we made $101.68. This was all from the US Treasury amount that we did collect. We're going to be collecting way more once we're actually invested in more of this next week. because that is what I plan to do. Let me know what you guys think of this strategy. I'm going to be using that. It's $56,000 to try to generate more income, and we'll see what happens and try to accumulate those shares back into my portfolio because I do love those companies for the long term. And then if we do look, guys, at the portfolio and the dashboard, again, I already have a copy of this over here. We'll probably see this actually income go lower because of course I do have a lot less positions now. But if we do look here, you'll see that options premium, again, we're doing fairly good. We're almost at $500 in premium for the month of January, and we still have a week left. That means that we're at 0.41% return here so far. And then you'll see here that we have one more week, guys. Ready to see what we end up closing the month of January of 2024 in options. Our goal is about $100 per month on average, but we're going to see, you know, obviously if there's room to improve it and, you know, break records, we're going to do that. We're going to try to do that. And then if I do it, the dividend payout, of course, we have 3 companies here. If we do go right here to portfolio tools, get latest dividends, this will wipe everything and it'll go out and see if any new companies in my portfolio announced dividends this past week. And as you'll see, guys, we did get one, which was Costco. So Costco did announce a dividend here, and you'll see here that ex-dividend date is February 1st, and then they will be paying out February 16th. $1.02 per share on Costco. And again, I do have tutorials for all these scripts. They're available for free, guys. All I ask in return is that you're subscribed with the bell notification. You drop a big thumbs up on my videos. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely goes a long way. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and go here to settings. We'll go ahead and delete this, and let's actually jump over to Empower, which has all our portfolio positions that we purchased this past week. So I'll see you guys over there. Alright guys, so I'm here in Empower on my Schwab account. Click on this green button, it copies the content of my portfolio into the clipboard, which contains all my purchases from last week. So you'll right click, paste special values only. If I can click on it, there we go. We can go over here to holdings, and this is actually an old snapshot of my portfolio from last week. Once we'll go over here to portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, this will get wiped and it'll parse out the new stuff we just pasted. Again, I have tutorials for all this stuff, guys. All you need to do is support the channel by subscribing with that notification if you haven't done so yet, and just dropping a big thumbs up on the videos. But anyways, let's go ahead and click update portfolio holdings, and there we go. It's running. We'll jump back over here to the dashboard, and everything's being calculated. So it looks like it's done. On the projected dividend yield, we're at 3.27% compared to 3.63%, and then on the projected dividend yield, we're at 4.91% compared to 4.62%. Yearly, we actually did go down quite a bit, guys. We went down to $7,500.94 compared to $8,273.91, and that makes a huge difference because it was 200 shares from Apple, 100 shares from JP Morgan, and then 100 shares from SCHD. On the monthly, we're projected to make $625.08. Compared to $689. Huge loss there. We did go on the weekly down to $144.25. On the day now we're only making $20.55, and then on the hourly now we're only making 86 cents every single hour compared to 94 cents every single hour. We were so close to $1. And then on the hourly work wage, this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week, they would get paid an hourly rate of $3.61 compared to $3.98. So we did take a huge hit. We're eventually going to get this to minimum wage, but since they did do this decrease, maybe they were slacking or doing something else, not showing up to work, calling out. I guess my portfolio did get a decrease, but hopefully next year it'll get, I guess not next year, but next week we'll get a huge bump here. But anyways, guys, this is actually all I have for you guys in this portfolio update. Again, don't forget to subscribe with the notification. Definitely would appreciate it as well if you wouldn't mind dropping a big thumbs up on the video. Costs you nothing, helps out the channel. And if you stuck all the way to the very end, let me know by dropping a hashtag cash, because of course we do have a lot of cash in our portfolio now since our shares got exercised. And we're going to be using that to our advantage. We're trying to make the best of everything that we do have available, and we're trying to learn from our mistakes and continue to improve as we go every year, growing this net worth. And let me know what you plan to do this next week and the portfolios. What do you guys think of this strategy? You guys have any other feedback on it? Definitely would appreciate it. I will talk to you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye guys.